Hi guys, I thought I would do a little update for you. Obviously, Oscar wants to say hello as well. Or maybe he's just sad because I've left him alone all day and I'm home now. All right? You happy now? So, yeah, I thought I would just do a little update. Joe is gone again tonight. So I might do a little bit of reading. And also, I am loving Gavin from How to Train Your Gavin's vlogs at the moment. So I did watch some of his newer stuff, kind of as I found him last year. But I never went back and watched his old stuff. Oh my god, I'm loving it. I'm loving the weekly vlogs and catching up with all that. In fact, I wish he would do more vlogs, like recent vlogs and things like that. So yeah, Gavin, if you're watching, which I really doubt you are, you have become a guilty pleasure just watching your videos in the evening times. Isn't that right? Mwah. So tomorrow I've got a big day. I've got a lot of planning to do because we are going to England at the weekend. So I gotta drop these guys off at their boarding tomorrow, which will make me very sad because I hate leaving them anywhere. But they will be fine. I trust where they're going, so I'm not worried about them, but it still makes me sad. And I haven't packed yet, haven't organized anything yet, so I have a lot to do tomorrow. But that is tomorrow's problem. I'm sure future Linda would be a little bit upset by it, but it's okay. I'll update you. I can update you on a little bit of reading. So, 2 seconds. With, I was going to say How to Train Your Dragon. That's just because I was talking about Gavin there a minute ago. But with Fourth Wing, I am 2 minutes now. I'll see if I can find it. Oscar, what are you doing? He literally just flipped off the bed. Did you even see that? I just found it there. I am on page 293, 44% in, and I'm on chapter 19. Again, I don't really want to tell you what's going on in this book, but I'm still really enjoying it. I'm loving where it's going. I actually came to a really fun or exciting part. Like there was a lot of tension and something just happened and we're learning something exciting that is happening between Violet and... I can't even finish the sentence. I'm not going to finish the sentence because I'll let you in on too much and I don't want to do that to you. But I'm loving it so far and yeah, that's all you need to know. I also bought a lot of books today actually. I bought like 8 books today. But I bought them on Kindle and I bought them on the Kindle book deals, which are like 85 pence. So it's like €1 something. So basically I spent like €10, so it's not that bad. But I did buy a few books today. I actually will tell you the books that I bought. 2 seconds now, see if I can find it. Okay, so I'm gonna put pictures here as I name them out, but I got You and Me on Vacation, which is the Emily Henry book, but it's People We Meet on Vacation in the United States, I believe. But it's You and Me on Vacation in Ireland. Practice Makes Perfect, which is the second one from When in Rome. So I have to buy When in Rome as well because I haven't read that yet, but I really want to. And this one was for 85 pence, so obviously I picked it up. I got The Road Trip by Beth O'Leary. I think I nearly have all her books at this stage, or have read them. I read The Flat Share, and then I'm reading The No Show, but that's a library book. And then I bought The Switch, and now I bought The Road Trip. She might have more books, maybe, but these are the ones I know of, and I have them all now, or I've read them. Love on the Brain, which is the second one from The Love Hypothesis, I think it was called, by Ali Hazelwood. The second one to that. Falling for You, I just thought that was really cute. It seemed like they all move into a camper van by accident. Her house like falls off a cliff or something, so her and her son move into a camper van. And I'm actually doing this from memory from today, by the way. That's how like cute I thought the plot was, that I wanted to buy it. So they end up staying in a neighbor's camper van, and then they end up taking the camper van on like a huge road trip or something, and it sounded really cool. So want to check that out. Then I got one of the next Brandon Sanderson books. Yeah, I think that this is the fourth book in it, and I haven't even read the first one, but I did buy the first one. So now I have the fourth one as well. It was 85 pence, so, you know, hopefully I like it. Then I got Ignite Me, which is the second or third book in the Shatter Me series. So I recently bought the first book, and then I saw this and I picked it up just in case I liked the first one. Then I got Finlay Donovan is Killing It. I've wanted to read this book for a while now. I've seen it on a lot of people's channels and they seem to like it. I do know that people don't tend to like the later books in the series, but the first book seemed to have been a big hit with almost everyone. So the next one is Enola Holmes. I do want to check this out, and I also want to watch the Netflix series as well. So I thought I'd read it first and then I'd watch it. This one sounded fun. Killers of a Certain Age. It's about like retired assassins, and there's like a hit out on them, and they have to use like all their old skills to like save their lives. And then then there was 3 more, but they're like Kindle Unlimited. So but yeah, so those are the ones I picked up. Actually, I lied. There's 10 books there, so I bought 10 books today. But I do highly recommend it if you have Kindle, or you have a Fire tablet like I do. This is the Fire 7. This is actually the 9th generation. I got it in 2019 and it's still going well. I do like it because I also have Netflix on this. I have Sky on this, like the Sky Go app. I have Amazon Prime. Disney Plus. You can have them all on it, so I can watch TV, I can read my books. I'm happy. And cute stickers. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I want to say that I'm gonna read, but honestly I might just watch some of Gavin's videos. That's actually probably what's gonna happen. I'm quite tired. It is Oscar's being cute, but you can't see it. It's now 12:15. Yeah, I don't think I'm actually going to get much more reading done. I think I lied. Also, I did I'm on chapter 24 of The Secret to Happiness, I want to say. And it's the Oscar's paw. One of the things I really like about Jessica Redland is she really makes her characters come to life. Like, they really seem like real people, and a lot of them seem like people I could be friends with or people I know. And not that their stories are similar in any way, thank God, because most of her characters have really bad situations happen to them. It does err on the side of dramatic. Like, each character seems to have like a serious problem, especially in this book, but like in a lot of books. But they do seem like real people. It seems really realistic, and I do love that about her characters. Also, like, one thing I think that she does is, in the beginning, like I was talking about strong women, and in the beginning maybe the characters don't seem that strong, but then they kind of like gain their voice throughout the book. And I do like this, but I feel like it's a very common thing with her books, is that like almost in every book at least one person gains their voice in some way. And I could be wrong. I mean, maybe I have to think about the books that I read actually and think about it. But it kind of does seem like they generally come from a place where their life isn't going really well and they don't feel like they can speak up about it, or they don't feel like they can change it, and then that does happen. Like, either in a load of variety of different ways, either by accident, either on purpose, like whether they made the change or something happened to force them into change. But like it does kind of happen. And I do understand like kind of how or why that is the way it is, but at the same time, I don't know, maybe it just like I'm seeing it happen with like 3 characters now, you know, that kind of way. So, but their stories are really interesting and they do seem like real people. That is the one thing. Like out of almost any book I've ever read or ever listened to, like these people seem real. And I think that's an amazing talent to be able to make that come across in a book. So yeah, so it's come from 3 perspectives. I think I said it before. We've got Alison, Karen, and Daniela, and they have 3 very different stories, but they're like interconnected, and there is a big theme of weight, like as in health and fitness and and how that affects your life and how like it comes into your life and things like that. So like, you know, there is a lot to do with like body confidence, but also like how you feel inside can sometimes make you contribute to how you look on the outside or feel about your outside. And I think that's like, there's important messages in there, definitely. Like, you know, she does in every book tend to talk about important topics or give voices to things that need to be, you know, discussed. And I do really like that about it too. I really enjoy her books. I find them addictive. I find them like I want to listen to more and things like that. Okay, ow, you're hurting me. Lola's got her nails out, but Lola's here. It's because she's doing this thing. What was I saying? But yeah, oh yeah, I find them really addictive and I find like I want to hear more. But my problem is they're not always very light. Like, as in I'm finding that they talk about a lot of heavy topics a lot of the time. Like today when I was listening to it, and yesterday, it's quite heavy. You know, they're talking about some serious issues. They talk about, like in this particular one, you're talking about loss, you're talking about relationships, you're talking about, you know, like trauma and just like different things like that. And while they're addictive, okay, Lola, you need to stop. While they're addictive, at the same time, it's like maybe you could do it a bit more light in there sometimes. I don't know. That's just my feeling on it so far. But yeah. Okay, so I have my water, I have my Oscar, I have my Lola, I have my Ellie, and I have my snacks. And tonight I've got grapes and walnuts because we are being healthy, aren't we? Yes, we are. We're being healthy. But also, of course, I do have my squishies. So, balance. Balance is the key to everything in life. I'm going to go watch some YouTube, probably watch some How to Train Your Gavin, and go to bed, go to sleep. And then tomorrow, I'm also going to make a list of all the stuff I need to get done tomorrow. And then tomorrow, I'm going to try and squeeze in some reading with all the other stuff I have to do. So, I'll talk to you then. Good night. Hi guys, so as you saw, we had a wonderful trip. It's a few days later and I do have some updates for you. Before I get into the updates, I'll just tell you a little bit about the trip. The trip was great. We were actually bringing a Sheppy. I don't think I mentioned this before, I'm not sure. But Sheppy is a dog from the local animal rescue that I work with. And he had found himself a new home in Essex. And me and Joe decided that we would take him over to get to his new home. It was a long journey. We left at 2:30 a.m. on Saturday morning. We didn't arrive into England or Wales even, until 10 a.m. So we drove from Kerry to Dublin on the ferry to Holyhead, which is in Wales. And then from Wales we drove to Essex. It was quite a long drive, but it was grand. It was absolutely fine. The lady who adopted Sheppy was so lovely, so sweet. I just know he's going to have the most wonderful home with her. She made such a big effort. She put on a spread of food for us, and she just lost her own dog, her previous dog, 2 months before, and she was just, in need of another doggy companion, and she found Sheppy here in Kerry in Ireland. And yeah, it kind of made everything worthwhile, Once we did that, we were tired, we hadn't really eaten, but once we dropped off Sheppy and we met her, we were like, yeah, it was all worth it. 100% it was all worth it. Then after that, we drove to Gloucestershire, and that is where Joe's family is from and where Joe was born and lived as a child before he moved to Ireland. And we met his great-great-grandmother. I say met, it sounds like we met her for the first time. We didn't, we just visited her. We actually visit her every time we go over. So it was great to see her. And then we stayed in that area that night. The next morning we went and we visited her again before we left. We drove to Fishguard, where we met one of my best friends, Katie, and her partner. We had lunch, it was lovely. And then we actually drove to Pembroke and got the ferry back again. You might be asking, why didn't we get the ferry from Fishguard? That is because we didn't actually book the ferries, the rescue did. And we originally thought it was from Fishguard. So we were going to visit my friend. And then we realised it was from Pembroke. So we just worked it out so that we could visit her anyway and leave from Pembroke. It was a whirlwind of a weekend. We are back again. But in that time, I did get some reading done. I read My Killer Vacation, and then I finished it yesterday. So I finished this really quickly. It was really easy to read, really fast paced, really wanted to see what was going to happen next. However, so I gave this book 4.5 stars out of 5, and the half star is lost because I did not care about the murder mystery at all in this book. There was very little suspense, very little tension. You kind of forgot there was even a mystery happening. So I love the book. It is very spicy, I will say that, and it starts in the beginning. If you want like a sexual tension, there is like no other book than this book to do it. So much sexual tension in this book. You are really interested in this romance developing and what happens and his backstory, and I didn't really care about her that much, to be honest. It's not like I fell in love with her as a character, but him, I was very interested in his backstory and where he came from and why he was the way he was and things like that. Very, very spicy. If you're looking for spicy, it is in this book. But I cared very little for the murder mystery. In this, it was kind of completely overshadowed by the romance, by the characters, and yeah, so that's where I took off the half point of the star, or the half star point, because the plot, which is supposed to be like My Killer Vacation, didn't matter that much. But yes, it's a very good book. I do recommend it if you're into spicy romances or romances with a lot of sexual tension and a lot of you know, kind of confusion or hype drama, then this is the way to go. Really enjoyed that. Now, on to my next one, the one I'm currently reading. I am now 40 pages in, and it is The X-Hex by Erin Sterling. I already love this book. This one, however, gives me all the autumn vibes. Like, honestly, I'm loving the imagery. I love the town. I love, like, it reminds me of a mixture between Vampire Diaries, even though there's no vampires in this. Well, not yet anyway. I don't know if vampires are going to show up or anything. I don't even know if vampires exist in this world. But there are no vampires so far, and I'm 40 pages in. But you know, the town that's set in, I cannot think of the name of it right now, but it reminds me of that, or kind of a mix between that and Gilmore Girls or Halloween Town, and you know, or Twitches. No, not Twitches actually. Or Sabrina maybe. It's kind of like a mixture of all that. Like, it's like wholesome, spooky, and I love it. I'm loving it right now. It's about witches, and they live in this town called Glen Graves, and it's like a town where real witches exist and real witches live, but they live in harmony with humans, but that's kind of because the humans don't know that the real witches exist. So the humans just think that it's a regular town with spooky vibes that has like a lot of history to do with witches, whereas the witches no different. And this follows kind of two characters that met 9 years ago, and you read that in the prologue of Vivi and Reese. Both Vivi and Reese are witches, and that's absolutely fine. They get on well, and then we find out in the first chapter, so I don't think it's a spoiler, that they broke up because Reese was betrothed, promised to marry somebody else, even though he didn't really know who he was promised to be married to. It was because of his father, but they broke up, and then we get to 9 years later, and that's where we are now. I'm at the beginning of 9 years later. Yeah, I'm enjoying this book so far. I'm enjoying the writing. I'm enjoying kind of being in this place, and yeah, that is the end of this vlog. That is all I have for you today in this vlog, but I will be sure to see you again very soon in the next one. If you liked this vlog and would like to join the bookish world I'm creating here, then please, I'd love you to subscribe to this channel or click that like button, and it lets me know that you like this video. It also helps my channel, as I am a booktube newbie, so it helps me to grow my channel as well. Yeah, please leave me a comment below. Let me know if you've read any books I'm reading, or if you're doing Summerween, what's on your TBR. And yeah, I'd like to hear all your bookish comments down below. I'll talk to you again very soon. Goodbye.